There is a moment when you realize the world is not responding to who you are. It is responding to what it understands about you. That realization is both unsettling and liberating, because it means talent alone is not enough, hard work alone is not enough, and even integrity, while essential, is not always visible. I believe success often belongs to those who learn how to translate who they are into something the world can recognize, remember, and trust. For a long time, I resisted the idea of branding myself. It felt artificial, almost performative, like reducing a complex human being into a simplified version for public consumption. But over time, I understood something deeper. Branding is not about becoming someone else. It is about becoming more intentional about what you reveal, what you emphasize, and how consistently you show up. I believe the strongest personal brands are not created through exaggeration, but through clarity. At its core, your brand is your reputation made visible. It is the emotional and intellectual impression people carry about you when you are not in the room. It is not just what you say. It is how you make people feel, what they expect from you, and the consistency of your actions over time. I believe every interaction you have is either strengthening or diluting that perception, whether you realize it or not. The mistake many people make is trying to be everything at once. They dilute themselves in an attempt to appeal to everyone, and in doing so, they become forgettable. Clarity requires courage, the courage to define what you stand for and what you do not. It means choosing a direction and reinforcing it repeatedly, even when it feels limiting. I believe focus is what transforms presence into power. There is also a discipline in alignment. Your words, your actions, your tone, your values, they must all point in the same direction. If you present confidence but operate with doubt, people feel it. If you speak about integrity but act inconsistently, it erodes trust. A strong brand is not built on isolated moments. It is built on patterns. I believe consistency is what turns identity into credibility. But branding is not just external, it is deeply internal. Before the world can understand you, you have to understand yourself. What do you value? What do you stand for? What are you unwilling to compromise? These are not surface-level questions. They require reflection, honesty, and sometimes discomfort. I believe the more clarity you have internally, the more naturally it expresses itself externally. There is also a level of ownership required that many people avoid. It is easy to blame circumstances, timing, or lack of opportunity. But branding asks a different question. How are you showing up within those circumstances? Are you intentional, or are you reactive? Are you memorable, or are you blending into the background? I believe you have more control over your narrative than you think, but only if you are willing to take responsibility for it.
In today's world, visibility matters, not for vanity, but for opportunity.
If people do not know what you do, how you think, or what you bring to the table, they cannot connect you with possibilities. Visibility is not about shouting the loudest. It is about showing up consistently with value. I believe the goal is not attention for its own sake, but recognition for something meaningful. There is also an art to communication. How you express your ideas matters just as much as the ideas themselves. Clarity, simplicity, and authenticity carry more weight than complexity or jargon. People do not connect with perfection. They connect with honesty. I believe your voice, when used with intention, becomes one of your most powerful assets. But here is the part that is often overlooked. A brand is not built overnight. It is built in the quiet moments, the unseen efforts, the consistent choices made over time. It is shaped by how you respond under pressure, how you handle setbacks, and how you treat people when there is nothing to gain. I believe your brand is always being formed, even when you are not actively thinking about it. There will be moments where you question whether it is working, times when the effort feels invisible, when recognition is slow, when progress seems uncertain. This is where most people stop. They retreat into inconsistency, into doubt, into invisibility. But those who persist, those who continue to show up with clarity and intention, begin to build something that compounds. I believe trust, once established, becomes one of the most powerful accelerators of success. It is also important to understand that your brand will evolve. You are not meant to stay the same, and neither is how you present yourself. Growth should refine your message, not confuse it. The key is to evolve without losing your core, without abandoning the values and identity that define you. I believe adaptability, when grounded in authenticity, strengthens your brand rather than weakening it. And perhaps most importantly, your brand should feel like you. Not a performance, not a mask, not a version of yourself designed purely for approval. Because people can sense the difference. Authenticity has a weight to it, a credibility that cannot be faked long-term. I believe the goal is not to impress everyone, but but to resonate deeply with the right people. When you begin to understand this, branding shifts from something superficial to something strategic and meaningful. It becomes less about image and more about impact. Less about attention and more about alignment. Less about performance and more about presence. I believe that when you intentionally shape how you show up in the world, when you align your identity, your actions, and your message, you create something powerful. You become recognizable, reliable, and respected. Opportunities begin to find you not by chance, but by design. Because in the end, success is not just about what you do. It is about what people believe you can do, what they trust you to do, and how clearly they can see it. And that clarity is your brand. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to the Digital Mentor 777 via YouTube.